Welcome to the Barbados Today Morning News Update for Wednesday, October the 4th. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. In our top stories at this hour, the 1-month-old baby boy who died after being in the care of the Divine Daycare and Preschool on St. Stephen's Hill, Blackrock on September the 13th met his death by natural causes. Acting Police Inspector Roland Cobbler told Barbados Today last night that this was what the preliminary findings of the autopsy show. Cobbler, the police acting public relations officer, also said that the final report on the autopsy was still being awaited to determine in which direction the investigations would eventually go. However, he said that at this stage, no one was being held criminally responsible for the death of Caden Greenwich, who was pronounced dead on arrival at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital amid calls from his distressed father, Silverson Greenwich, for answers. The infant was laid to rest yesterday in an all-white velvet casket following an intimate service at the Ebenezer Seventh-day Adventist Church in Eden Lodge, St. Michael. The Royal Barbados Police Force is being stagnated due to a staggering 200 positions in which officers have been acting for years. The concern was expressed yesterday by President of the Barbados Police Association, Constable Mervyn Grace, as he welcomed the recent appointment of Acting Commissioner of Police Tyrone Griffith to the post of Commissioner, effective last Sunday. Grace was also at pains to point out to Barbados Today that the constabulary was short by over 100 new law enforcement employees.
We don't have any major issues with it. Actually, I would say we welcome the appointment. We would like all the other appointments to come forward with some haste, because we have a number of persons acting that we need to have those appointments filled. Okay. Has the force today stagnated? But I would like to hope that with his appointment will become in the appointments of all the other persons who are either acting or recommended.
Striking workers at the state-owned Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation, CBC, will be back on the job today in what their bargaining agent, the Barbados Workers Union, said was a show of good faith ahead of talks at 10 this morning between the state broadcaster and the BWU, initiated by Minister of Labour Dr. Esther Bayer-Sukkoo. On Monday night, the union called off escalation of the protest over increments after receiving an invitation from Bayer-Sukkoo for the meeting at CBC in the Pine. However, former General Secretary of the BWU, Sir Roy Trotman, who now acts as advisor to his successor Tony Moore, is disappointed that the minister won't be chairing this morning's talks.
It is a source of great disappointment that faster action was not taken. We also are disappointed that we were not told by the minister when she wrote us that she was not going personally to be present and involved in those discussions. But the Office of Minister of Labour will be involved, and we have no fear about our own confidence, and we have respect for the person who, as we understand it, will be chairing those meetings in the person of Senator Husbands. As a measure of good faith, we think that we will resume work.
Who call and get your yams and potatoes? Wait, my girl, how you want to see you for long?
I can't how you keeping, but you don't sell the nation paper no more.
But that paper ain't selling this much now. I stop selling that. Look, one time I would have make a little dollar on the Sunday sun, but when Sunday night, I still trying to get the weather there.
Well, you know you can't call that the Sunday sun no more. You're going to call that Sunset News. Call at no time that news stale.
People complain that them ain't got nothing in it to read, and the price keep going up all the time. A woman abused me so sick the other day, telling me that she just read Barbados today online for free. I can't take that abusing soul, so I switched to my potatoes and yams.
Well, let me tell you, if pork selling, you got to raise pigs. How much for the yams?
Oh, 75 cents a pound.
Well, that's cheaper than that stale news. Give me...
How much you want?
a pound.
Only a pound? Anyhow, these eating real good. Let me wrap them up for you. Come.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Welcome back with news from the region now. The Jamaica Chamber of Commerce is again calling for stricter measures to deal with the country's crime problem. First Vice President Catherine Kennedy says the government's plan for economic growth will not be achieved until the root causes of crime are found. She said even after months of discussions on new strategies in the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, nothing has been done.
The paperwork was not completed. And action of the highest national priority was, in a word, compromised by bureaucracy.
The JCC suggested that there is no mechanism to hold persons accountable.
If there is no accountability, there is little or no incentive for more efficient and effective performance.
On the global front now, Las Vegas gunman Stephen Paddock moved $100,000 to an account in the Philippines a week before he slayed 59 people at a country music festival. We pick up the rest of the story in this Euronews report.
US police have issued CCTV footage taken in 2011 of the man believed to have shot dead 59 people in Las Vegas on Sunday night. More facts are also emerging about 64-year-old Stephen Paddock, the main and only suspect in America's worst ever public shooting. Police say they found nothing in his homes indicating any sort of radicalism, and his family is dumbfounded, one brother expressing surprise he owned a rifle, let alone 40 firearms. What police do seem sure of is that Paddock was an avid gambler, and that in the week before the shooting, he transferred $100,000 to an account in the Philippines. He was a wealthy property investor living in a retirement community.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.